Hello and welcome back. Alright, so last time we got all the way right up to Wagnus, who went and made an arena in the sky when we got there. I have a pole in the top right. Should I go straight to him? Thematically, yes. But I do actually have the ability to go side quest, so I have a pole. If it gets tied, as it's looking, then I'm going to just go straight up to Magnus. But I'll let that run out. Oh hey, someone voted, awesome. Because, yeah, I know this is not right where I ended last time, but I went and checked out the Moo habitat, and hey, I can't actually do the side quest. But, it's okay. I can just run all the way over here. Hello, Kahuna dude. Wow, it's been a while.
We will do everything it takes to reclaim our skies. How may we aid you in that endeavor?
Take me to the floating castle.
It would be my pleasure.
That's quite a grip those two have.
Your Grace, I cannot fly for much longer.
Just get me there, and then we can get this done. There we go. Ah!
I'll be all right.
You just
I
have
wish
to
you the
rest
best
for a
of
bit.
luck, and please, clear our skies.
Alright, off we go. And now we are at the floating castle at the collapsed pathway. Gouda, floating castle.
It's been a journey, but we're not on our way. Marble machine is dropping marbles today. It's been a journey, but we're not on our way. There's a long way to go, we're not ready now. Problems to solve, music is the goal. A long way to go, we're not ready now. Problems to solve, music is the goal.
new type of dragon.
I'll give you the beating
Ice
of
dragon.
lifetime.
Are you weak to punching as well? Yes. Ooh, and it's a boss thing. Okay. I bet you're weak to fire, aren't you?
How's this?
Yes.
I see.
Life Blade.
Here goes.
Farewell.
I wonder what that did. Let's read. Life Blade. Forces the enemy to retreat, ineffective against undead foes. That's why it didn't do anything.
Ready
I think
to
the other
strike.
dragon was also weak to, weak swords. Yes.
Very well.
There we go. I'm not doing any united attacks that don't include a galactic rift.
Face me.
It's a boss foe, so I should be using my strongest attacks. That said, Fireball is your strongest attack. Okay.
Let us begin.
Here we go.
Behold the strength of the Empire.
Got a bad feeling about this. You're okay.
Yes.
Ow.
For you.
Thank you.
I'll show them. You got this.
I needed that.
Effective against undead foes only. Alright.
Eat this! Aye.
You only have the basic spear attack, so scatter petals.
Farewell!
go.
On my honor! There! That is how a true duel ends.
That's a boss.
I was wondering when you would arrive. Welcome to my floating castle. I assume that everything has been to your liking.
Yeah, it was lots of fun. Boring, your hospitality needs work. I'm actually on my way out.
Then all is well. I am glad you could find some pleasure in your final moments. Fare thee well, Emperor.
I have no idea why he looks like that, because he's a dude. The Seven Heroes, Wagnus.
Of a lifetime.
Oh hey, someone who's weak to bows! Alright, let's use my strongest stuff. Not weak to swords, got it. That's potency 29. Obviously he's not gonna fall to doom, but it does damage.
Be gone!
Hey, he's weak to great swords. Awesome.
Ready to strike.
Grand Slam is not going to hit him. Rock Splitter. Nope. Alright. Watch the strike.
Surrender.
Nope. Alright. Let's see. What other physical elements have I not used? Spear? Yes, he's weak to spears. Vacuum Slash. Freak Lever.
Hammer him down.
Okay. And then the other element is weak to. Pulverize? No. Blades of Wind. No. Empty Blade. Yes, he's weak to... okay, we have his weaknesses. Great swords, spears, axes, bows, water, and dark.
fire!
Come at me!
Is that it?
What are you planning?
He's a demon, so he's weak to Saint Fire. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
I'll admit I have seen worse. As this will be your final battle, let's make your death a spectacle. Can you survive
Firestorm.
this?
Counteracting ley lines. Astral ley lines can buff enemies' attacks and restore their HP. Dealing with them appropriately by counteracting them with spells of the opposite school will be the key to overcoming powerful encounters. I guess I'm not using Saint Fire here. Extra caution is advised when selecting offensive or restorative spells, as those of the same school as the ley lines will cause them to strengthen into an astral state.
Let me see.
Yay.
I'm fired! You got this! Oh, thanks!
Oh, he summoned in foes. That's loads of fun. So I can't use Empty Blade because it'll hit a random foe. Actually, I'm going to just use Galactic Rift. I know he resists light, but the rest of the things there, not so much.
Eat this!
Is that it?
Farewell!
Stuck in the fire! Lay down and die! Got a bad feeling about this. Let's get him!
Here we go.
Is that it?
What are you planning?
And let's defend.
Uh-oh.
'Tis time to part.
Restores all HP. Life water won't. Galactic Rift.
Is that it?
Excellent screen clear.
Take this. My thanks. All right.
It appears your strength exceeds that of ordinary humans. Allow me to show you how awe-inspiring the 7 heroes can be.
Oh boy.
How vapid.
I wish.
Oh right, you don't have any healing.
For you.
Obliged.
You're okay.
I needed that. Hang in there.
Needed that.
I shall lay you to rest.
Aye. Here. Thank you. Watch and learn. Don't push yourself, Vince.
Ready to strike. Take heart.
I needed that.
Waste Not, Whatnot is fantastic.
Very well.
Let's get her a little
Steady
more
now.
health.
Stay here.
And now you can Galactic Rift.
For the Empire!
Is that it?
Here goes. Hammer him down.
Take this.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You have, Light Wall, right? Yeah, there we go.
Your gods won't save you.
Yeah, well, that kind of helps. He's like, your gods won't save you. Maybe not, but, Light Wall does.
Can't stop me. I'll show them.
Galactic Rift. Oh boy, here we go. Galactic Rift, Scattered Petals, Stone Shower, Nutcracker.
Follow after me!
Is that it?
There!
Harder than I expected.
There we go.
To have bested me. I cannot deny your strength. But this is not the end. The hero shall return. When the time comes, and the oath is honored at last, we will be as one, and all will be ours. So
I know what the
live,
oath is now.
Live to see that day, if you can.
Oh, I will. Because that day is basically today. Defeated Wagnus and brought peace to the Yauda region. Hello, I'm Dragon Rider Luke. I'm a Christian streamer, and I'm always up for a friendly chat about my faith. I also think that it's important that people read or hear the Word of God frequently, so the next 5 minutes or so will be a chapter from the Bible. Joshua 23. After a long time had passed, and the Lord had given Israel rest from all their enemies around them, Joshua, by then a very old man, summoned all Israel, their elders, leaders, judges, and officials, and said to them, I am very old. You yourselves have seen everything the Lord your God has done to all these nations for your sake. It was the Lord your God who fought for you. Remember how I have allotted as an inheritance for your tribes all the land of the nations that remain, the nations I conquered, between the Jordan and the Mediterranean Sea in the west. The Lord your God himself will push them out for your sake. He will drive them out before you, and you will take possession of their land, as the Lord your God promised you. Be very strong. Be careful to obey all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, without turning aside to the right or to the left. Do not associate with these nations that remain among you. Do not invoke the names of their gods or swear by them. You must not serve them or bow down to them. You are to hold fast to the Lord your God, as you have until now. The Lord has driven out before you great and powerful nations. To this day, no one has been able to withstand you. One of you routs 1,000, because the Lord your God fights for you, just as he promised. So be very careful to love the Lord your God. But if you turn away and ally yourselves with the survivors of these nations that remain among you, and if you intermarry with them and associate with them, then you may be sure that the Lord your God will no longer drive out these nations before you. Instead, they will become snares and traps for you, whips on your backs and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from this good land, which the Lord your God has given you. Now I am about to go the way of all the earth. You know that with all your heart and soul that not one of the good promises that the Lord your God gave you has failed. Every promise has been fulfilled, not one has failed. But just as all the good things the Lord your God has promised you have come to you, so he will bring on you all the evil things he has threatened, until the Lord your God has destroyed you from this good land he has given you. You violate the covenant of the Lord your God, which he commanded you, and go and serve other gods and bow down to them. The Lord's anger will burn against you, and you will quickly perish from the good land he has given you. May God bless the reading of his word.
Urgent news, Your Eminence. We have received reports of numerous fiends swarming the snowdrifts south of the Nazelle Strait.
And thus begins the battle to decide our world's fate. Let's go!
You know that portrait on the second floor of the castle? Recently there has been a ghost wandering the halls that looks just like him. Truly live in a most harrowing time, to say the least. The young man portrayed in the portrait is Emperor Leon's eldest son. The historical records claim he was heir to the throne, but met an untimely demise well before his time. Yes, from soul steel. There must be some reason his spirit has yet to pass on. It's quite chilling to think he has some unfinished business cursing him to ever roam these halls. Ghost sightings have mostly occurred after sundown in the room at the end of the hall. I am guessing those were the young prince's quarters. Bane said that the ghost only appears at night. I should rest until then.
Father. Wait. Gerard?
Gerard's distant descendant.
You are neither. I know not why, but something about you stirs feelings of familiarity that I am unable to properly place.
Hello, Victor.
When I gaze upon your countenance, I am reminded of my younger brother, Gerard. I had hoped to teach him how to use a sword one day. Tell me, friend, perhaps you would like to spar with me in his stead?
Gladly. Memories of Victor.
I accept your offer. However, I will not show you any mercy. Come at me with everything you've got.
I ask for nothing less.
At the train hall. Good thing I have healing on myself, because I get the feeling this is a one-on-one fight.
No.
Yep. Alright. Oh, Saint Fire. Ah, sure, why not? Oh, wow. He's really, really weak.
Yes. Praise be to the Empire.
I must confess, I wish that you really were my brother. I would gladly traverse the hells and back to see his face once more. Still, having crossed blades with you this day, I feel more at ease than I have been in many moons, as if the two of us had been reunited at long last.
I too feel that way. I believe that our blades managed to convey more than words ever could. I hope it meant as much to you as it did to me.
I offer you my sincere thanks.
We didn't get to see much of him because, well, Soul Steel. But, your bond with Victor has resulted in you learning a new ability. Perennial Victim. More easily targeted by enemies. What's that over there? Intaglio Ring. A beautiful ring made from precious jewels. It protects the wearer from various status ailments. Oh wow, even more than the Darkstone ring offers. I would take it, except it drops my magic by 3, so I'm gonna stick it on someone else. Yauda Encyclopedic Knowledge Exam. The Far Eastern Kingdom of Yauda is the subject of this exam, which will test knowledge of test takers regarding a land where honor and loyalty are paramount.
As Emperor, I must set a good example.
1 meteorite, 10 spirit liquor, 5 divine liquor, and 300,000 crowns. National Comprehensive Practicum. Express your mastery over all regions of the Varin Empire. Glory to Avalon.
As
Yes!
I must
Woohoo!
set a good example.
We got Avalonia and 800,000 crowns. Imperial Studies Honors. Have you what it takes to be proclaimed a living legend of the Imperial University? Seize this opportunity to prove it.
As Emperor, I must set a good example.
3 mythical claws, 3 magnificent horns, 3 gold ore, and 3 superior cloth. Ironically, I would actually be happier with cloth. Imperial University Graduation Exam Masters. The pursuit of intellect is its own reward, the ability to earn your master's degree.
As Emperor,
Ah!
I must set a good example.
5 Imperial Salves, 3 Barrier Stones, 1 Avalonia, and 800,000 crowns. Imperial University Graduation Exam Doctorate. The final exam to end all final exams is upon us. Complete this trial and you can truly proclaim yourself a Doctor of Imperial Studies. And it gives a Fate Stone.
As Emperor,
Ah!
I must set a good example.
Passed! 19 out of 20. I got a Fate Stone and 1 million crowns.
We live much longer lives than you can begin to fathom. Yet the flesh is weak and our bodies are most fragile. We use assimilation magic to secure replacement vessels for ourselves.
Oh.
This magic enables our souls to live on in a new body. However, we still feared the grim specter of death with every fiber of our being. And death manifested itself in the form of fiends most vile. It was a boon, then, that a pair of heroes rose up in our defense, Wagnus and Noel. It was their endless quest for knowledge that led to the development of assimilation magic, a new source of power against increasingly dangerous threats. They gathered like-minded allies to their side and shared their knowledge. When they set out for victory, there were 7 of them. Wagnus and Noel, of course, but also Subier, Dantarg, Kazinci, Bacon, and finally Rock-Bouquet. No longer faced with the fear of death, they confronted the fiends and emerged victorious. That is how they became known as the 7 Heroes.
Okay. So that's where they learned about assimilation magic.
Oriev, why do you not blame me for all that has transpired?
If I did, would that truly bring you peace?
No. Peace is something I will never know again. I have committed unspeakable sins.
You did not falsely accuse Wagnus of slaying his majesty. Nor were you the one who tied Wagnus to that stake and lured the heroes to Alabacon. Yes, you did indeed help banish them to another dimension. But not of your own volition, only because the true culprit, my father, had you firmly under his thumb.
Oh, that's
You are
her
not
relation.
to blame. That lies solely with him. And as his daughter, I apologize.
But Noel, he was my closest friend in all the world, and I sent him away with the rest. My hands are stained with his blood. The blood of the man who would have given his life for me!
No, they are not, for Noel still lives. Whatever perils exist in the Nether Realms, I am confident that he will overcome them. He is not one to easily succumb to either despair or madness.
Yeah, he
And
was
he will
still
return.
mostly human when he came back.
Oriev, you are aware more than anyone else of the threat posed by the impending calamity. The sun's warmth will no longer reach us, and the world will be covered in ice. Even if the 7 heroes could return, to what sort of world would they be returning?
Regardless, I choose to place my faith in him. That very faith will lead Noel back to us once more. Of that, I am certain.
Oriev, am I to understand that you intend to remain here, waiting for him to return? That would be tantamount to suicide. There is no guarantee he will ever come back.
Do you remember, back when we were children, that time I managed to get lost in the mountains? I took shelter in a cave, and made do with whatever modicum of food and water I could cobble together. And when the howling of ravenous beasts echoed off the walls, I wanted to run away. But I stood my ground. I stayed right there in that cave, all the while holding fast to my faith. Faith that without fail, Noel would come and rescue me. And that he did, when I came to and my eyes opened at last. He was standing over me, brushing the sweat from my brow. I have sat cowering in the dark once before, and that was enough.
stop!
What is it, Saxar?
Forgive me, Oriev. When we exiled the 7 heroes, the energy of the device was immeasurable. It bathed the entire hill in an eldritch light, the likes of which I had never seen. And ever since, light of any kind sends shivers down my spine.
Oh.
The light shows me their visages, contorted as they spout rage and hatred. But Noelle alone was silent and staring right through me. I can no longer bear to be in the sun. Its presence is simply too oppressive for me. Perhaps I best spend what time remains to me deep within the bowels of the earth. Else that time will be cut shorter.
Saxar. Oh, Saxar.
Oriev, please, I pray that you at least can walk with the light. Find light in a new world. Light that Noelle and I shall never see again. Noelle and I, in our younger days, we were nigh inseparable. He was so kind, so well-spoken, and beloved by all. To see him now be feared as an enemy of mankind, it pierces my heart deeper than any wound.
Another one of these locations. Ostros, Nival Ruins. fire dragon.
A little of this.
It's probably weak to water. Yep.
I smite thee!
Great swords too. Awesome.
Too slow. Pathetic.
What am I gonna do with you? Watch and learn.
All right. Take this! Take that! Take this!
You scared yet?
Be gone! There!
Ah!
You wish.
Looks like vacuum slash is his strongest thing.
I've got you now!
Work in unison.
A gift for me. Uh-oh.
No use! It won't work! It won't work!
A little of this.
Now to end it! Very well. There! There! A sharp mind begets a sharp blade.
That was the wrong button. There we go.
So there you go.
Too slow because there's nothing.
Dark Dragon.
Behold the strength of the Empire!
Such intensity.
It's only weak to physical things.
There!
Here? Okay. Club? No. Sword? No.
Pathetic.
Poisonous. That's loads of fun.
Work in unison!
There!
A gift from me!
Great swords.
Trust in me. Take this.
Obliged.
Here goes.
Alright, and then just use your strongest stuff, I guess. 20... No, I just do Nutcracker.
Can't stop me! What am I gonna do with you? Surrender!
For the Empire!
Be gone! There! Yes!
Soup the leg.
You wish. You wish. Ready to strike. Stoke in the fire. Watch and learn.
Take that! Take that! Such intensity. Up! Up! Yes!
Uh-oh. You're nothing but slack.
Won't work.
You wish. A little of it.
Aye. Yes! Beat this!
Take heart.
I needed that. Watch and learn. Don't push yourself.
Pathetic. I don't know what Sunspot Destroyer is, but it's missed every single time. Quadra Strike, Galactic Rift, Scattered Petals, Nutcracker. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Another!
The finishing touch. Perfect aim. Hey, not half bad.
We got Gaia Bolg and Obsidian. And... Book of Light and Fire 2, entitled Crimson Flare. Right, that was the loot for the place. The Moo habitat is finally inhabited by people, so I can finally do the quest here. The rough waves of the Nizelle Strait make crossing it an absolute nightmare. Last time I lost an entire satchel of clothes to a sudden riptide. You haven't lived until you've tried fruit and chilled and freshly fallen snow. Something about the cold really brings out its natural sweetness. Passing of the seasons often sees us migrate across the Nizelle Strait. If we're not on one side, bright as rain, you can find us on the other. Just between you and me, that old building east of here sends shivers up my spine. Now we can go to the Gelid Ruins. Finally. There he is. Claws. Beastly Claw. There we go. Now there's only 2 left and I know where they are. The Frozen Sea. Gelid Ruins. And a giant at the top.
Let's get him!
Time to end this!
Take that!
Be gone! Up there!
You're nothing but slack!
Won't work.
Surrender!
I smite thee!
Farewell!
Stoke in the fire! Finally! A little bit!
And that's
Looks like
lost.
I'm stronger!
And what's up here? Book of Light and Wind 3. It is entitled Restoration. £250,000. The Frozen Sea Snowdrifts.
We may have managed to escape the witching circle, but find ourselves in a most vexing place.
So this is the place where we make our last stand. A final resting place, if you will.
If this is to be our last stand, who is it against?
Any who would dare stand in the way of our revenge, that's who.
Our goal is singular. Make the Hierophant who banished us pay the ultimate price for his crimes. And while we're at it, we can get revenge on those accursed ancients. How dare they betray us? They're saviors!
You do realize that is not one goal, but two, do you not?
Well...
If we do not take care, some among us may lose sight of those goals.
Your point being?
As Noel warned, this absorption magic comes with a taxing mental and personal cost. I must presume that Wagnus speaks of us losing our very sanity.
We have traversed dimension upon dimension, and have absorbed countless fiends in the process. It would come as no surprise were our mental faculties to depart us ere long.
Who says we need our sanity to engage in combat?
Should we ever lend an ear to those monstrous whispers, we will lose sight of our current objective and wander dimensions for all eternity.
So what if we do? My ultimate objective is, and always has been, to be the strongest warrior alive.
You clearly
I
don't
won't
care
lose
about
sight
that,
of
but...
that, not even after hundreds of years.
We will achieve our goals. Of that, I am certain. Together, we shall form an unbreakable bond. In so doing, we shall unite as one mind. And in turn, become immortal.
Become immortal? And how exactly do we accomplish that?
A blood oath. That is how we accomplish it.
Another new art.
We will abandon our corporeal forms, becoming shades in the process.
And what of our bodies?
We shall store them in a liminal space where none can find them. Even if our shades are destroyed, we will remain alive as long as our bodies are untouched. Until we can recover and revive, we shall bide our time in slumber.
If we are to swear an oath, then what, pray tell, are the terms of it?
Should it come to pass that 6 of us 7 fall, then our fate rests with the 7th. They shall defend our bodies with their life.
A blood oath, indeed. Eventually, the time will come when someone discovers this place. And whoever does is likely to be a worthy foe. It stands to reason, then, in such an event.
Our mission will be in peril. When 6 have fallen, the 7th must persevere. We must trust each other to the last.
Then in order to make the oath manifest, the vote needs be unanimous. Does anyone have any objections?
Now, interestingly, we heard much of that from Oriev, but where could she have heard it from? Memories of the heroes, 7 heroes, 15. All of the memory fragments have been linked. I think I miscounted earlier. Yes, I did. I already had 13. I got 14 and 15. Den of Umbrage. It's a different world. The Frozen Sea, Den of Umbrage. I'm not really sure we're in the Frozen Sea anymore.
It's my time to shine!
Only weak to physical things?
Take that! Yeah! There!
Pathetic.
Ready to strike!
Up? No. Ow.
You're okay!
21, 18, 6. Alright.
All right. Here. Obliged.
You're not weak. It's not weak to anything you have. 9, 18, 5, 20. Dragon Fang.
Here goes.
How about X?
Stuck in the fire!
No, not X. No.
Finally!
Let's just check it. It's not the... Okay. What did I miss? Spear! It's spear, isn't it?
For the Empire!
Aye.
Yep, there we go. That answers that question.
Take that!
Can't die yet.
Let me see.
Well, that's the first time he's taken a LP drop in a while.
Take heart.
Thanks.
I'll show them! You got this!
Obliged.
Now to end it!
Very well.
Let's just do Nutcracker.
You're nothing but slack! You wish.
Can't die yet.
Come on!
Finally! You're okay?
Thanks. All right.
Farewell!
Trust in me.
Eat this!
Pathetic.
Stuck in the fire!
Pathetic.
Let's get him!
Time to end this. Face me. Take this. Better. Pathetic.
Ready to strike. Lay down and die!
Our
again.
victory was assured.
thought that was going to be an easy fight.
Beating of a lifetime.
Insect Queen. Again, only weak to physical things.
Now to end it!
All right.
Ready to strike.
Take that!
Here goes.
And axes, I guess.
You're nothing but slack.
Yes. Yep.
Finally.
Follow after me! Enough!
Hammer him down. What am I gonna do with you?
Take that!
Ready to strike. Lay down and die. You wish.
Ow. Earth heal 2 on you.
Hang in there.
Oh, thanks.
Elixir.
You're okay.
Flushed. Watch and learn.
Because he was poisoned. Elixir.
Take this.
Thanks.
There we go. Now we're
Can't
gonna
stop me.
Aye.
Very well.
There!
Work in unison.
The finishing touch. I'll show them.
Elixir. Charm.
My thanks.
I'm fired up. You wish. What am I gonna do with you? You're okay.
I needed that. Aye.
Oh, she's basically dead.
Face me.
Here goes. You're nothing but perfect aim. Harder than I expected.
Alright, when we come back next time, we'll be finishing the game. Period. There's really not much left, but I do not have time to finish today. So, that's gonna be all for today, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.